Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday morning, October 14th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. So after a tremendous short covering rally yesterday on some really good volume, we ended up doing overall 147 million. So pretty good volume on the day. We go out with double distribution days. The most positive response would be to open in the upper distribution for now. Right now, as you can see, we have been doing that overnight. We've traded above yesterday's high in the overnight sessions. Right now, we're back into it. Again, we had a large range yesterday. Overnight low, as you can see, has dipped down to around J's low, which was our afternoon pullback. So right now, the overnight high in SPY is, well, it looks like it just changed. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'll give it to you. No, 368.18. The overnight low is 363.87 for now. So, as far as the game plan this morning, again, we have a very wide overnight pocket in ES. We generally do go and get those. Your first possible trade. Now, remember, where J yesterday would have been a good long on a pullback, you had a lot of things going for you at that time. You had the indices up a lot. You had the trend day that was holding during the day. Those are things to lean on that day. Now, the next day, sometimes these things become targets or in the days to follow. So, in balance, in value, you can certainly take a long against J's low and use your overnight low as your out. Okay, that's something you could possibly do as a long. On the flip side, on the short, you could take a short against yesterday's high and the overnight high. Depending on how much heat you want to take. That's a bit of heat. There'll be pit stops throughout the day. If they pull back, in the bigger picture, bulls want to hold the trend day, right? They'd like to come out of balance to the upside. Now, if we take out yesterday's high, I'm still not considering this coming out of balance on the daily. I want to take out last Friday's high. To me, that's the balance high. Now, if we get to yesterday's high and push towards the overnight high and get to that Friday high, well, we're going to crash into the 20-day moving average. So we're going to see if the bulls really have some more energy to keep this short covering rally and momentum rally going. Short covering could go on for days, weeks, so we'll see how long it lasts. So it would be a good thing to test that 20-day moving average and see if we can get above it, right? One day won't make a market. It doesn't matter if we get to it and close below it or get to it and close above it, right? It's not like, okay, that's it if we close below it or we're going to the moon if we close above it. One day does not make a market, but it would be nice to see how we get tested there. That's for sure, if you're a bull. So those are things to look out for this morning. Also, if you get above the 20, you're going to be getting right into around Friday's high and that gap, which is a fairly large gap. I don't think it gets taken back too easily unless we really get some more vicious short covering, which we can get. So there's going to be a lot of visual areas that you can take trades against. You can take a long against the afternoon pullback in the overnight. You can take a long against the single prints. That's a large set of single prints. Just like I don't think that gap from last week will get filled the first time, I don't think getting into these single prints would fill the first time. So those are things you can take positions on. Now, the more they take back of them, the more the algorithms become heat-seeking missiles to go fill them. And that would be the same case with the gap from over here. But I think initially, unless there's a tremendous tempo and volume going into the singles or into the gap, they won't fill the first time. Just early plays here in CamelbackTrading.org's voice channel room, where this is being live streamed all day. We will be going over all of these indices charts tonight. Again, I thank you for the likes and subscribing to this channel. So here's the daily. We had an outside day up. That's bullish. We'll see if we get a follow-through. Right now, we're hanging in there. We're basically unchanged right now prior to the opening. I mean, there's a lot of time to go, and I know there's bank earnings that are either out or coming out. But again, those earnings, unless they're really all bad or all real good, is not going to have the same effect as PPI, CPI, and the Fed minutes. So if we're able to take out last Friday's high, I would call the daily up. If we can't or barely stretch it, then it would still be balanced for me. The 20 closed at 369.69. It'll be even lower this morning when we open. So we're on a collision course for it. So we'll see how that reacts today. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap the day and the week at 4 p.m.